There's one topic that gets a ton of attention in the world of design. It seems to be something that is the source of endless discussions, and it's something that every designer seems to have an opinion about. The topic, of course, is design tools. And in this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about why I think it's really not that important. Yep, it's gonna be a rant video. Let's do this. So we as designers have a ton of different design tools to choose from. I think some of the most well-known ones are Sketch, Figma, Framer, Principle, InVision. I'm sure there's more. I can't even think of all of them. But the point is there's many of them. There's so many to choose from. There's constantly new ones coming out, and that means it's something that there's a lot of focus on, and it's something that a lot of people talk about, which is, of course, it's a great thing that we have so many tools. It's a great time to be a designer. It's a great time to get into design. We have some really, really great tools to design better products, better than we've ever had before. But there's just so much talk about all these different tools, what they do, how they compare, which one is better, discussions like that. And I think that just draws the attention away from what's really important here, which is what we do with the tools. I think the tools themselves are not really that important. It's great that they can do great things, but if we don't really use them for what they're intended for, which is to design, then something's wrong. Don't get me wrong, I love apps, I love tech, I love, design tools in general. I really am obsessed when there's a really big version of Sketch coming out, because I just love seeing what they've come up with, what new features are included, and how they can help me work better. But the focus on the tools themselves just shouldn't take over. I think what's way more interesting is to talk about the things that we create with the tools, the logos that we create, the apps that we create, the wireframes, the flows, the websites. That is why we use them, and I think that's what's important. And it just seems like a lot of the posts that I see here on YouTube, on Medium, on social media are just very much focused on the tools themselves. They're focused on the features, on the specs, on all of the flashy stuff. And very often it ends up with people discussing back and forth which one is better, why Adobe XD is better than Sketch, and it makes me tired. Because let's face it, a lot of them do the same. A lot of them have the basic features that can help you design apps or websites or whatever it is you're designing. And it really comes down to smaller things like the platforms that they're on, the pricing, the minor details which are not really that interesting. And so I think it's just very important for us to see past that and to try to focus on what's important, which is the things that we create. Because I think it's just super dangerous to get caught up in talking about features and the tools themselves, especially for new designers in the field. I remember when I was first learning UX design, I explored basically all of the tools that were out there because I thought, since there was so much talk about all of them, somehow it was expected for designers to know how to use all of them. So I would literally spend hours of my time learning how to use like 5 or 6 different design tools that basically did the same thing. I would read all about the different tools, learn how to use them, follow tutorials, and in the end, I just realized that you don't have to use all of them because they're very similar, and if you can use 1 or 2 of them to accomplish what you need to do, then that's cool. So yeah, it's dangerous for new designers coming into the field, getting the impression that they need to know how to use all these tools when they probably don't. They should probably spend more time reading up on design method and theory, really understand that, or just get a whiteboard and some markers and learn how to whiteboard, because that's probably going to be more important for you. So I guess what I'm trying to say with this whole video is, if you have a favorite design tool, if you prefer XD over Figma or Framer, that is great. I'm obviously not going to tell you which one you should go with, but I think we should all just try to focus less on the tools themselves and show off what we're doing with them. Show off what we're creating. Because in the end, I think that's all that matters. Which tool you use to do it is up to you, but let's talk more about the actual work that we do. I would love to hear what you think about this topic. Do you disagree with me? Do you think it's important to discuss the different design tools out there? Then I would be happy to hear why. Leave a comment underneath this video and let's get a discussion going. Oh, and for the record, Sketch is obviously the best one. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.